It's my first time going live, man. I'm waiting on my brother Drex to pop up. Drex, where you at? We got some things we're gonna be discussing today. Young Thug, obviously, Durk, and some of the political views, man, of the hip hop culture. Some of the political views of the hip hop culture, man, we're gonna be discussing, man. Just waiting for Drex to get in here. Maybe I gotta send it to him again. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me. Where you at, Drex? Maybe I gotta send it to him again. Send it to him again. Uh, 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 uh. There we go. Oh, he said 1 second. So I'm waiting on him to come in, man. The minor D-R-E. I'm gonna park up so I can be focused. Waiting for my boy Drex to come in, man, so we can discuss this Young Thug trial, him being free. What do you think is gonna be his next steps? I'm actually happy for the brother, man, and I actually want to see him do some great things because he just went through something major. Man just went through something major, and now Durk about to go through it. Man, and I say this without judging brothers, man, because we all was at an age where we made some irrational decisions, man. And I think Durk is going to learn, like Young Thug learned, that you got to be careful who you have around you. And it seemed like everybody that went on. Hold on, here go my man Durk, man. I mean Drex, and Drex, Drex.
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's good brother? How you feeling?
Oh man, just another day, another day out here in the grind, baby.
Yeah, I see you got your work clothes on, man. You working? You out there working?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just left that Nasium, got me a good arm workout in. You know what I'm saying? Some abs.
Yeah. And I did arms today too, man.
That's good, man. Maybe you could catch up one day.
Yeah,
So what's going on, man? I know you've been closely following this you've been closely following this Young Thug trial.
man. I've been
Um,
watching it every day, bro.
and I know you wanna so we're gonna take a light dive. We ain't gonna do a deep dive, but we're gonna take a light dive into that.
Got
So what you think? What overall? What do you think about the trial and what took place in terms of how the justice system? I don't know. I don't know how I want to say it. Like, what's your opinion on the whole debacle, the whole trial?
I believe. Remember now, you got to remember that in order for Fannie Willis to prosecute them, she had to get finances from Fulton County. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the money she got was supposed to go. It was supposed to go toward rape kits for the females in Fulton
Mm-hmm.
County, but instead she used all of that money to prosecute Donald Trump and to prosecute YSL. You know what I'm saying? Now the former
Right.
now the former district attorney said, you know what, I'm not going to prosecute this because we don't really have sufficient evidence to do it. So what Fannie Willis did is she said, you know what we'll do? We'll do it as a RICO, so that way we could just anyone that is even seemingly to be tied to it, you know what I'm saying, can be put in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they can be tried. Right.
Yeah. So to answer the question shortly, I just think it was a bully move. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like, Young Thug was just trying to help his people. He wasn't necessarily like involved in all of that negativity that they had going on. Like I say, there was
Right.
instances when some of them dudes that was, YSL or whatever would do negative things, he would find out about it and he would go take care of the balance, or he would go and make sure that everybody's squared away. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So I just feel like it was an abuse of power. And I feel like once they started it, they have put their foot so far they behind they couldn't, you know what I'm saying, they couldn't retract it. Plus they already spent all the money to
Right.
prosecute.
So you think that the outcome of the trial was based on them the state spending so much money on it that they deemed it like, okay, listen, we got to get something from him. We got to get some type of time from him for him to be accountable for something that they really messed up on.
Facts. Like, I do believe that. I believe that not only because she knows that the finances that she got to prosecute them, she got it under the pretenses that she was going to use it to get rape kits for the females in Fulton County so they can start prosecuting some of these rape cases. But instead, she used the finances for that to prosecute YSL and Donald Trump. So there's no way they can just walk away as failures. They got to get
Right.
something out of it. You know what I'm saying? They a plea or something so they can. So when it's over, they can say, "Hey, you know, we did the best we could. Justice was served,
Right.
and bang, bang, bang." You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So moving forward, um, what do you think his next steps is? Do you think? Because I was talking to some young guys, and they were saying that they think that um he's going to make the same mistakes again. I really don't believe that. So what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is that this was the biggest wake up call that he could have gotten his entire life. I believe
Right.
this was the best 2 years. He traded 2 years, I believe, for potentially getting life
45
for real, 5 or
or
life.
life. Right.
You see what I'm saying? He traded 2 years to learn exactly what is actually going on around him. It took him
Yeah.
2 years to learn, bruh, when you going up, you can't bring everybody with you. He learned why
Can't.
85 to 90% of everyone who come from the hood don't go back.
Right.
He learned why 90% of all successful people, they have to distance themselves from those who they came up with if they don't want to change. He had to take 2 years to learn that. And I believe he learned it. So now,
So
so
go ahead.
now it's not him saying that he don't want to be around. His life is at stake if he go around. So now he's like, look, bro, I love you, but I can't be around. So it's like a
Right.
and the justice system actually helped Young Thug get rid of all the leeches and all the people that was trying to leech off of him.
Right.
They have no attachment no more. So now he can
Right.
push forward with with no guilt behind pushing forward and having to leave people behind.
Right. So you don't think there'll be a tinge of survivor's remorse, any of that, right?
I don't believe so. I believe 2 years of I guess he was in Rice Street, laying on concrete slab, eating potato chips
Right.
and a good old healthy meal from the state of Georgia. I believe
Mm-hmm.
he don't care to deal with that because I believe he knows that he escaped.
Right.
And I know that he knows that if they get his hands on him again for messing up, it's a wrap. And
So
he ain't gonna risk it.
yeah. Well, I wish that brother success, man. And I believe he's going to do the right thing in terms of gathering the people around him that's left behind him and moving forward. You think people owe Gunner an apology?
I think a lot of people owe Gunny an apology. You know what I
But I
mean?
don't think he gonna get it, Drex.
He ain't gonna get it, man. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't
But
gonna get it, man.
you know,
So
yo, man, that's why you gotta, like I said, you gotta take time. You gotta take your time with this, man. You don't know You don't know what them lawyers talked about, and as you think about it, you know, Gunner's attorney was Steve Sadow,
Right.
which is like great friends with Attorney Steele.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it, you know, a lot of people didn't really know the relationship of the
Mm-hmm.
lawyers when it first come out. But that's why the case is such. Anyone who studies law should use this particular trial as case study, because
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
right,
this is a trial that showed you how wicked and evil the justice system is when they just want their man.
right.
Know what I'm saying?
All right, so let's transition into another young fella, uh, Durk, man. It's not looking good for Durk, man. What you can tell me about? I know you study a lot of these things, and I try to stay abreast with them through you and doing my research. But what can you tell me about Durk right now and what he's facing and his the things that went on with Young Thug? Do you think Durk is going to face some of the similar things?
Ah, that's a wild one right there. You know what I'm saying? Big Durk. Know what I'm saying? Which is his father. He
Mm-hmm.
was he was in a situation where he was dealing with a court situation. This is coming out of his mouth. He was dealing with a court, going to court. He got dropped off. The feds got him, tried to put him back on the street
Mm-hmm.
to be a snitch against Larry Hoover, and he never. From that day, he said, from the day he decided not to be a confidential informant against Larry Hoover,
Right,
he didn't see the streets until 26 years later.
right,
Know what I'm saying? And so the way I look, Dirk emulated his pops, and I think that's one of them conversations right there where you got to kind of isolate it to how children, whether we know it or not, our sons emulate us. Know what
right.
I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
And they
That's a fact.
and they imprint our way of life and how we move and how we do and things of that nature. You know, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like a long time ago. They used to say, look, if your daddy was a horse thief, you was gonna be a horse thief. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Okay.
it's a situation. It's just getting started, so I don't really know. They say they got this, they say they got that, they say they got a wire, but I don't really know. But I know that if it be true what they saying, in the state of California, man, they got the death penalty moving. So it's a rough situation. I don't really want to speak to.
Yeah, we ain't gonna deep dive too much on
Yeah,
that because it ain't until they let all. We learned from this Young Thug trial. You can't really do that
you can't.
because we didn't really. You can't do that. All right. So moving right along, we not gonna deep dive in this. I'm gonna give. We got about a minute and a half. Politics. We really don't discuss them too much. You got in a little. You got into a situation discussing politics, but
Yeah,
I was reading
yo,
something
I
on
got
Walker,
murdered.
man. Yeah, Walker, man, and not just Walker, right? We don't want to point out any type of celebrities because of their political views, but he took a stance and he said what he said. It's a lot of people that's being ridiculed or persecuted or singled out for their political views. And what's your opinion on that? What do you think about people, especially in our culture, um, taking their personal views out on people because of their political views?
I think it's, I think it's a bad thing to do, man. Because everybody, I believe, have to make a decision based on. Everyone will make a decision
Mm-hmm.
or should make a decision based on what is going to benefit them. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? What person or who has the policies that's going to benefit them the most? Like when you voting for something,
Mm-hmm.
ultimately you're voting for what is gonna gonna benefit you the most. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, if you're wealthy, if you're wealthy, then you want the tax breaks. You know what I'm saying? Because they're
Right.
killing you with taxes. If you're if
Okay.
if you're indigent and you you're doing the best you can in life, and you're on the system, then you're probably gonna want to deal with someone who is catering to that area. So
Right.
I don't think it's right that people humiliate or shame someone for feeling that they want to vote for this person. And I don't think it's
Mm-hmm.
right that those who are voting for tax breaks should shame the ones who, hey man, I need help. I need more help in life. You know what I mean? I don't know if you froze up anything. Yeah, I think the stream froze up, but I don't want to get too deep with that. And you see how it does when you start talking politically.